township to enforce the resolution with the issuance of civil infractions. Arguably, the county sheriff could issue a state law civil infraction citation under the statute, or B, via ordinance, which is little more involved to prepare, would need to have a summary published following adoption of the ordinance, but would allow for enforcement through an issuance of a township civil infraction. Do you think the board has a preference? My recommendation is to actually have the board adopt an ordinance for a couple of reasons, which include: one, although the statute expressly allows authorization by board resolution, this type of road use regulation is typically addressed by violation of the ordinance. That didn't make sense to me. Because I got ahead of myself. Although the state statute expressly allows authorization by board resolution, this type of road use regulation is typically addressed by an ordinance. And two, the township would expressly preserve the right to issue township civil infractions for violation of the ordinance. That being said, and as noted in the materials that you sent to me, the township could go through the process to permit the use of golf carts on roads in the township, and notwithstanding that action, the county board could, after a public hearing, prohibit the use of golf carts on roads within the township. So we could go through the process of all this by ordinance,
Spend a lot of
and
money.
spend the money for it, and the county board could put it down. However, I'm wondering if we do it as a resolution, if then we could, Jerry, if it would behoove us to send our resolution to the county board, because it's actually their whole ordinance to begin with, and maybe they would add the golf carts into the ordinance that we have for the ORVs and things like that.
Julie, all I can do is go and ask, because this isn't something I've dealt with since I've gone back. I have no problem with doing that for you.
The other thing, I mean, as far as the civil infraction, we don't have an enforcement officer.
That's what I was gonna ask you about.
You know, the sheriff's department, like you said, could,
But I think it would have to go back to the county, they would have the officer, more than likely, but that's still gonna put something more on them, so what they would do.
well, I'd like to see at least done by a resolution,
Yeah.
to get it moving, and then, you know, maybe send that resolution along with a letter to the county commissioners, seeing if it's something that they could readdress their ordinance
They
and
can-
have it added to. But at least we could have this, and I could
Yes
send,
or no?
once we do the resolution, I could then, you know, we could send it to Todd Purcell, the sheriff, so he would know what was
Yeah,
going
right.
on out here.
Yeah.
So what I need is from the board a motion on whether you want to do a resolution or ordinance, so I can send it back to him so he can get the documents.
So then they can have it, let me do it by resolution.
By resolution.
I'll support it.
Kristen,
Yes.
George,
Yes,
Nancy,
Yes.
Julie,
Yes.
Eileen, yes.
resolution carries.
Okay, I will send it back to Mr. Nettleton and have him.
Can I address the board a quick second?
Yes.
Something going back to the purchase of the bar here. The one thing that we're gonna need for the liquor license is a resolution from Chippewa Township that you will issue the license to us. What's that? No, that you.
We don't
you
issue the license, but what happens is once you apply for it, we get a formal letter from the liquor license asking for our opinion of
Right.
it. And then at that time is when we would
Okay,
send it back to
well,
them.
is that's something that the resolution will go, I didn't know if it was coming to us, because the lady from the Liquor Control Commission told me it would be either you would give us a letter of resolution that you will be willing to let us be issued this license that you have, or you'll send it directly to the state.
Any of them that we have done in the past, it's went directly to the liquor commission, to
Okay.
whoever's handling that case.
Okay, that's all part of it though, like, we
Yep.
have another, okay, thank you.
Anything more on that? Okay. Community building.
Okay, as you know, we met with the adjuster and got through some of that. He's suggesting that we get ready to move out for bids and that. And with everything that we need to look at, when I talked to one of the architects, he said what we're gonna need to know is like what kind of windows we want, what kind of doors. I think we should have a special meeting where we can sit down and just look
Well, I
at
think
this.
we're gonna have to have some kind of meeting, sit down and look at what they've got. with the architect?
Well, he doesn't really have anything yet, he's got our plans, but he hasn't really drawn anything up, so we gotta sit down with our plans, take a look at it. Make sure, you know, it's pretty much what we want, and then it can be ready to go out for bidding. Now, I did, talking with him, he said, because I said, okay, what kind of time frame do you think we're looking at? He said, right now what the holdup's gonna be is the architecture. Most of the architects are 6 to 8 weeks behind. The builders aren't, so he said the faster, you know, you can move to get this stuff pulled together. And he said he would have, kind of a list of things that's gonna need to be in that bid spec package and that. And he would have that by the first of next week.
It just sounds like there's something being left out. That his bid package is gonna.
It's not a bid package.
No, I understand that, but,
All he's got is he's gonna give me a list. I asked him if he could help us out by giving us a list of what we've gotta make sure is in that bid packet. So we can get those out and get a general contractor and get it moving. I figured once we got that paperwork from him, sit down and take a look at the old drawings that we had. Then we can get Mark to take a look at the bid stuff and make sure that's, you know, everything that we got in there legal that we need to have, and then it can go out for advertisement.
Will this be a duplicate of what was there?
It
You
will,
mentioned the plans you had previously.
it will be a duplicate of what we had, but it will also include town hall offices.
Same site.
Same site. Well, we had looked back and forth between the two sites,
what do you think?
and basically what had happened is it looked like the cost of utilities and moving everything down there, and because of the ground, it had to have soil things, and it was gonna be way over what we were gonna get from the insurance company.
Will it affect the playground or the ball diamond? The new, with the addition of the offices?
It wouldn't affect the ball diamond at all. The playground equipment would probably either have to be moved south from the area that it's in, or that's where I'd like, but it'd be a board decision just because it's already fenced in down
Sure,
there. And keep them out of where they use the extra parking for the ball diamond.
So the fire department building will stay where it is?
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
so what's your pleasure on special meeting?
Who you gotta send me?
Yep.
So I won't have it by the 12th, will you?
He said the first part of next week, I don't know.
We got a meeting coming in with the insurance company again?
Yeah.
Right, that's why I just figured we could do it after that, but.
Well, he'll probably be here for about an hour. We can tentatively, and we can post it for that, for like 3. I mean, Jeff, I don't know how long it'll take him, I wouldn't think no more than an hour. So post a special meeting for 2, just to review what we have. Does that sound feasible?
And then if he doesn't have the information to us by the 12th, then we'll have to push it back to the 14th or something.
Well, we have that, we'll be there for that meeting anyway, we'll just say what the information
Right.
wasn't and adjourn the meeting. You gonna make that a motion?
Yes, so
I'll support.
Now, is that for both these meetings?
At 1 o'clock will be.
1 o'clock would be the,
Oh, yeah, let's move
insurance.
forward to that, just make it 1. Yes, at 1 o'clock on April 12th, we would meet with our, insurance people to renew our township package, because the board had questions on that, so Jeff McCray's gonna come up and he'll go through page by page on our township renewal package. And then at 2 o'clock, we could do a special meeting to go over the information, for the bid packets and that. And the plans.
it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Neighborhood Watch Program.
a gentleman asked me if the board would approve purchasing neighborhood watch signs for different locations around the lake. I took it to the MTA Legal Counsel and asked them. Their concerns are, it is unlawful for the township to spend money on the signs. Another concern is that the liability of purchasing signs for a private group to enforce a neighborhood watch would create a liability for the township. They highly advise we do not specify funds for the neighborhood watch program.
Did you send the gentleman a copy of?
Yes, I did. I forwarded that email from the legal counsel right to me.
He's aware that we will not support it.
Correct.
Do we need some type of motion to that effect? Did MTA say we should?
They didn't say.
Let's put it in motion anyway. And we got it on record.
Motion to.
That we rejected the,
Due to MTA's recommendation.
also moved and supported that we reject the,
Who done
I
it?
motion.
Okay.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. 2016 ballot proposal, William Fire Village and Road Village.
2016 is the last year for the townships, 1 mil for fire and 1 mil for road. So if you want it to continue into 2017, it would need to either go on to the August primary election or the November general election. If you wanted to go on to the August primary, the primary ballot, or the filing has to be done by April 26, 2012 to the local clerk. We have to have the wording of the ballot that we want on there, the proposal that we want on the ballot for August.
Is there a cost whether we run it in August or November? There's no difference?
I move a resolution that we approve the.
Do you want me to read the wording, what it was 4 years ago?
Yeah.
For the Fire Department Chippewa Township, Fire Department millage renewal, Shelby Township of Chippewa, Mecosta County, Michigan, renew a levy of $1 per thousand taxable value for a period of 4 years from 2017 to 2020, inclusive for the purpose of providing funds for the purchase of firefighting equipment and other capital and operating expenditures for provision of fire protection service. If levied at its maximum amount, this millage is estimated to provide revenues of $55,257.81 the first year. And then it would have a yes or no for the voter to mark. The Chippewa Township Road Maintenance millage renewal. Shall the Township of Chippewa, Mecosta County, Michigan renew a levy of $1 per thousand of taxable value for a period of 4 years, 2017 to 2020, inclusive for the purpose of providing funds for the maintenance and repair of roads within Chippewa Township boundaries. If levied at its maximum amount, this millage is estimated to provide revenues of $55,257.81 the first year, and then a yes or no spot for the voter to mark.
I will so move that we use the wording.
Renew it.
Are you saying for August? Is that what you're saying?
I would say both.
Well, if it passes in August,
Yeah.
you wouldn't need to do the November.
When do you have to have it in for August?
April 26th
On August?
for the August ballot. It's got to be to the county clerk, April 26, 2016.
I support Nancy's.
Is that a roll call or
No, it's just a motion.
all those in favor? Nancy motioned that we approve the millage. Eileen seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Not
Not the millage, the language and the date.
the language for the August primary. Sorry.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. You get that straightened out?
Yes.
2015-16 audit.
It's audit year. Lake Michigan CPA Services have sent us the letter for audit to the Township Board. We are pleased to confirm our understanding of the services we are to provide Chippewa Township for the year ended March 31st, 2016. We will audit the financial statements of the governmental activities, the business type activities, the aggregate discretely presented component units, each major fund, and the aggregate remaining fund information, including the related notes to the financial statements, which collectively comprise the basic financial statements of Chippewa Township as of and for the year ended March 31st, 2016. Accounting standards generally accepted in the United States of America provide for certain required supplementary information, such as the management's discussions and analysis to supplement Chippewa Township's basic financial statements. Such information, although not a part of the basic financial statements, is required by the Governmental Accounting Standards Board, who considers it to be an essential part of the financial reporting for placing the basic financial statements in an appropriate operational, economic, or historical context. As part of our engagement, we will apply certain limited procedures to the Chippewa Township RSI in accordance with the auditing standards generally accepted to the United States of America. These limited procedures will consist of inquiries of management regarding the methods of preparing the information and comparing the information for consistency with management's responses to our inquiries. The basic financial statements and other knowledge we obtain during our audit of the basic financial statements. We will not express an opinion or provide any assurance on the information because the limited procedures do not provide us with sufficient evidence to express an opinion or provide any assurance. Management discussions and analysis, budget to actual comparisons, audit objective, audit procedures through the state of Michigan, audit procedures internal control, audit procedures for compliance, other services. We will also prepare or assist in preparing the financial statements of Chippewa Township in conformity with U.S. generally accepted accounting principles based on the information provided by you. Then it just goes on for the engagement, administration fees, and other.
This is the same company we used before?
Yes, it's the same company we used at the last audit. So they have all of our records from that to balance out with these records.
We didn't have any complaints with them, did we? I mean, they did a good job.
Also with that, it does require with the sewer funds, a copy of that audit is sent directly from the auditor to the federal USDA and that for that loan that we have.
Motion.
I'll move that we have Lake Michigan CPA Services schedule our audit.
Moved by Julie, supported by Nancy. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Correspondence. None?
No, we have an addition that we need to add to our agenda tonight. We have to do our board meeting dates and times for the 2016-17 fiscal year for the township. I looked up the dates. If you want to keep them on the first Wednesday of the month, it would be May 4th, June 1st, July 6th, August 3rd, September 7th, October 5th, November 2nd, January 4th, February 1st, March 1st. Year-end meeting and the budget hearing meeting would be held on March 29th.
That a Saturday?
No, those are Wednesdays.
Should be on a Saturday.
But that's up to the board. I mean, I just wrote these down because it's always been Wednesdays, so.
That's what it's been prior.
It's been the first Wednesday of the
Using the
month.
first Wednesday.
Have a motion?
I so moved.
Are you gonna put a time in that motion?
7 p.m. Unless you want to go earlier.
6:30. No. Can you make it 6:30?
6:30 would be nice in the winter months when it gets so dark out.
Okay. What-
It's your motion.
Yeah, 6:30.
Okay, on those dates,
Support?
as listed?
Yeah, the
I'll
first
support.
Wednesday of the month.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Can that be the day of the week be modified at any time, or is this in
There is
stone
time
for
to
the next year?
modify it, yes.
Okay, thank you.
I tried to look it up to make sure there wasn't any holidays.
I like the Saturday idea.
We have a motion, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. We could make it on a Saturday
But right now, we just
Right now
changed
it's-
it from 6:30
Yeah,
to
right now it's-
7,
yeah.
from 7 to 6:30.
Okay. Got the sheriff's report for February 2016. They had, for Chippewa Township, they had 1 911 hang-up, 1 animal complaint, 2 area checks, 1 breaking and entering, 2 check well-beings, 1 civil dispute, 1 domestic, 1 EMS emergency, 1 miscellaneous, 2 motorist assists, 2 paperwork, 3 property damage accidents, 1 subpoena, 1 suspicious situation, 1 threat, 1 traffic complaint, 5 traffic stops, 1 turfing, and I don't know what that means.
When they turn off your lawn.
And 2 warrant arrests for a total of 30.
Is that just March?
That is
February.
February's.
February, sorry,
Yeah.
thank you.
We also received from Misiola Consolidated Central Dispatch Authority, you are all invited to stop in and visit during National Public Safety Telecommunication Week, April 10th through April 16th. Stop in anytime, day or night. We are here. We would love to see you, and we would all be able to put a face with the voice that we talk to. State of Michigan Public Utilities Commission will be holding a hearing for DTE Energy on Thursday, April 14th, 2016 at 9:30 a.m. at the Michigan Public Service Commission in Lansing, Michigan. The Michigan Public Service Commission will hold a public hearing to consider DTE Gas Company's February 23rd, 2016 application, which seeks that the commission find the company spent an annual combined meter move-out program, main renewal program, and pipeline integrity program of approximately $86.8 million for 2015. They will also be holding a public hearing on Tuesday, April 19th at the Michigan Public Service Commission in Lansing. This is also for DTE. The public hearing to consider DTE Gas Company's January 29, 2016 application, which it seeks approval to reconcile the company's revenue decoupling mechanism for the period November 1st, 2014 through October 31st, 2015. We also received a letter from Mike Myers and Becky Jones. It's actually a brochure that talks about U.S. Department of Labor to more aggressively use joint employer status to impose greater overtime ability upon employers. It also talks about the State House passes fixed to the local ballot proposal gag order statute enjoined by federal judge. So if anybody's interested in looking at that. Consumers Energy. Your organization will be receiving a series of energy check reports. These personalized reports are designed to help you save on your electric bills by improving your organization's energy and efficiency. These reports will provide personalized energy efficiency tips to help save you money, help you track your energy costs, and highlight rebates you can take advantage of right now. We also have the board minutes from March 18th, library board meeting, if anyone is interested in those, and that is it. I'll move that we place the sheriff's report and all correspondence on file.
I'll support.
Moved and supported with the report from the file. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Can I ask a question on the sheriff's report? Is there any additional reports that they put out? Do they ever do an analysis month to month or by issue? And if they do they track that, or does the committee track that and request additional support from the sheriff's department based on those results?
This is the only type of report that we get, that the townships get from.
Okay.
And like you've seen, that was for February, so they're kind of in arrears
Yeah.
ongoing.
Does the county do anything like that? And looking at troubled areas, if there's more calls by month, any particular month of the year, or we see a acceleration in the number of calls in the area, do they step up patrols or anything like that?
I would assume they do, sir, but there again, I don't know.
Okay.
And I would think that this report, if what you're asking, you wanna combine the 12-month report. with the
Yeah, I'm
overall
wondering,
report.
I don't wanna create any work for anybody, I'm just asking if they ever give an analysis over the last 12 months to show number of calls in the area and what they did as corrective action for additional support to the area or anything like that.
No,